welcome to the Whiskey Roundtable. We are your hosts.
Big G.
Karen.
Up north.
Cheese.
Cheese.
Oh my
that's
goodness.
Funny. I didn't use the KK today. I'm still trying to figure out what my name is this year. So
Yeah.
I know you were pausing because you were waiting
I was
for
waiting.
that other part. But yeah, I just got tired of it.
When you
so.
say KK, it reminds me of KK Downing from Judas Priest. And you don't look like KK Downing from Judas Priest.
I have a
Yeah,
feeling
he's much
that's a
better
good
looking.
thing.
Well, he's a rather slender metal guitarist, but he's a good-looking guy, I guess. But it's still not. I don't
But
think it's
he's
what
a
you're
guy,
going
so-
for.
no.
I don't think it's what you're going for.
Oh my goodness. So
Oh my goodness,
we're
is
getting
right.
a little snow today.
Yeah, poor Bob could not join us
Yeah, Bob couldn't
today,
join
so
us.
we needed two people to take
That's
his
it.
place.
So we got two people, and Bob, I didn't bother you because of the snow. I didn't want to put any pressure on you if you're watching the show today.
He is.
We're celebrating your birthday today. So here's to Bob.
Here's to Bob.
Happy birthday, brother. Sorry you couldn't make it because of the weather, but we're going to enjoy that cake. All right.
Yep.
Salute.
With the little George T. Stag, too, which Greg so nicely, is that a word? Yes, nicely,
Yeah.
decided to open for us.
Yeah.
He forced it on us.
They were crying like little bitches. That's all. They were like, "Oh, we can't drink that. It's got 100 proof on it." So just,
Correction, 138.
138 and then
Yeah.
some change.
Yeah.
Just shy of 139.
Oh,
We don't need to salt the driveway. It's
Amen.
melted.
Listen,
Yeah.
Listen, a couple of these drinks, I could go out there and shovel in my underwear.
That'd be
oh, that's a sight.
Wait till I'm gone.
Oh, I might need you to move the car. I'm just kidding.
Oh, Steve Galloway's watching. He's telling Bob happy birthday, but he calls him Goulardi.
Goulard. He looks like Goulard. He does.
Well, he shaved his beard
Yeah.
kind of off,
Yeah.
so it's, he's
What's
got a
up,
different
Sergeant?
look going.
Miss you, bro. I love you.
Oh, my goodness
You
gracious.
gotta come do the show, man. I want you to come hang out with us like we always do.
And tell Judy I'll answer her after we're done here.
There you go.
But yeah, so good decision on her part. She'll know what I'm talking about.
There you go. We have the speaker is on for sure.
The speaker is on. Yep,
Okay,
no one's
just
telling me
making
it
sure.
isn't.
All right.
Here, you want me to just double
No,
check?
they heard birthday, so that's...
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's
right.
true.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the ticket.
I'm gonna go up there and shoot the dog here in a minute, but anyway.
Oh, she wants to be part of the party
She can be a
too.
part of it right there in the street. But anyway,
She loves her Uncle Cheese. That's
she does
what
like
it is.
her well, both of them. They get cheese every week.
Cheese, man.
Mm-hmm.
Did you bring me cheese?
Uncle Kurt. Uncle
Or she
Kurt.
just likes licking the oil off
Yeah,
my legs.
that's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a lion. They like to lick the skin, and then
They do.
They
Yeah.
Bruna, if I, yeah.
Jimbo, he's relentless.
Yeah.
He gets a hold of a leg, man.
Play with
Bruna
the
gets a
food.
hold of a leg and a
Yeah,
different
Bruno's
leg.
all like, "Hey, what are you doing with this leg?"
I like this one. Too funny.
You have an A1? I
AA1.
said A1.
Oh, okay.
I said A1. That's what I said.
She's got the zoomies now. I hear her running.
Yeah,
around.
here running around.
It means she'll be asleep in like 30 seconds.
It was a quick week, man.
It was a quick week looking back on it, but it seemed like it was a long week as I was going through it. I don't know what do you guys think? I don't know. Just another week?
Somehow when I'm here, I stay busy every day.
Yeah, well.
Busy with what?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we kidnap you on occasion when you're in town. he would crawl into his car trying to get the hell out of here.
We had a corporate kind of little national business meeting, and we went bowling, and we went to Escapology in Solon. And
Oh, cool.
anybody who hasn't done an escape room, have a few drinks and get ready to think a little bit and laugh. It's an unsolicited advertisement. It's
Just
a lot
go
of fun.
pee before you start.
True.
They have a bar there too, so just so you know. But,
That's a great place. It really is a great place.
well, both the places,
Yeah.
the bowling alley
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
Roundhouse is
Escapology are
great.
great places.
Yeah.
So let's, G, what are you smoking?
I'm smoking a Royal Havana 660 Whiskey Roundtable cigar. I'm pairing it with this George T. Stag,
Nice.
which is very, very good.
And
I've
that-
had a couple of these drinks, if you will, and I'm kind of going to put that to the side here because I know I'm going to the proof is going to punch me in the face, so I'm just going to chill out. So
He'll fall asleep at the table again.
Whoa.
But, I'm still smoking what I started last week, a Hawaiian Breeze. Kind of like a grapey kind of thing. I don't know, but it's very good.
What was the cigars I bought you for Christmas? What was that called?
The tobacco, and some, what do you call them?
Drew Estates acids.
Yeah. What do you got there, Rob?
I started with a Gurkha. I don't know what it is because Greg handed it to me and said, smoke this. So I knew if I didn't just smoke it first, I was going to hear about it all night there.
You were going to hear what?
You're going to hear it all night.
You were going to hear what? A boop? A boop it.
Don't listen to her. She don't know what she's talking about.
I love it. That's why we call you up north.
And
Cheese, what do you got?
My story is similar. I got handed a Man of War, and I'm smoking it. It's very good. And I'm having a pour of the Walcott Rick House Reserve. Very good.
That's a great
I somehow,
how many pours?
my glass kind of emptied really fast of the George T. Stagg.
yeah.
You have a hole in it or something?
It evaporated. It's so high proof it evaporated.
I'm going to see if this evaporates. So I'm just gonna...
Oh, my.
I said I wasn't going to, but it's so good I have to drink it.
Well, while you're pouring, I just want to point out that Up North's wearing the Royal Havana Cigars
Royal
t-shirt.
Havana Cigars, man.
One of our sponsors.
One of our sponsors.
We were there last night.
Marketing manager for Royal Havana Cigar would be moi. And we do a good show. Any plan?
I go there every time I'm in town. They
Yeah.
treat me right.
And Hoops
Good
was
selection.
playing Metallica, so
God.
everybody loved it
Yeah.
except for Greg. It was great.
I liked it.
You did? Good.
Yeah, I didn't. The only thing that I know y'all gonna yell at me and everything else on the scroll and all that, but what's that song they played last night? I really am not a fan of, but it's a good song. It really is. It's been a
Bye.
yeah,
Bye,
American
Miss
Pie,
America.
American Pie.
It's overdone.
So it is. It's just like oh my gosh,
It's
but
legendary Americana.
It is
But
a classic.
I have to respect it. I have to respect it for one reason. My brother-in-law, who passed away this past year, every Thanksgiving he would put that song on first thing in the morning. I remember that Thursday.
I have a Thanksgiving song, Alice's Restaurant.
He
by
used to
Arlo
play that
Guthrie.
as well.
I like
Yep.
this guy. Nice style.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, fun. Very fun guy.
Yeah, he put that on too. We listened to both of those. Those are long songs.
They are.
Yeah.
They're
they
like
are.
3 days, but anyway.
So you have an unpopular opinion, which I don't know if it's that unpopular, but my unpopular opinion, when you said they were playing Metallica, I don't have anything against Metallica, but I think all their songs sound the same.
Well, Hoops was playing Garage Days,
Days.
which was a whole bunch of covers that they did, and it's a lot of fun.
That is a good.
That one came out in kind of the mid
I
to
have that
late
one.
80s, and
Yep.
it's good.
I think I have it on cassette. That's how old it
There you
is.
go.
Oh my!
Yeah, I know, but I do
At
like
least you
it.
didn't say 8-track, so that's good.
I like Whiskey in the Jar that they did. I think that sounds really, really good, and I like the Bob Seger one. God, I'm losing
Turn the
my
page.
mind. Turn the page. Yes, I like those. I think
I like
those
the
are great.
Misfits remakes. Those are really good. Not something you could play on the show, though.
No, that's okay. Well,
I've got something to say.
oh boy.
We can't repeat that other
It's
version.
all right. Yeah, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Smell like cologne. Leave it alone. So what else? We got anything on the scroll?
I'm trying to figure out what Sarge is saying. He says the other big G, Greek, in parentheses, and I drove by Royal Havana earlier today. We thought of you, but he always asks who's bigger, the Greek or Greg?
I don't know who the Greek
You're drawing a
is.
blank.
I am drawing a blank.
The other big G, he calls him. So Steve, we need a hint here.
Yeah, come on, Steve. Quit playing.
Where are all the snowed-in chatter? Booker Boggs and the usual suspects. Yeah, where is Booker Boggs? We missed Booker Boggs.
Big Ice Storm in Tennessee.
What's that?
Logistical challenges.
What's going on?
She's in
What?
Kentucky or Tennessee?
She's in Louisville.
Louisville.
Okay, Kentucky.
I'll
What,
be
is
driving
she-
through there Sunday.
Are they having? Does she have snow there?
Well,
Ice.
I don't. Oh, ice. That's worse.
I don't know if it's up to Louisville there, but the Tennessee is.
I don't know whereabouts she is,
Problematic.
but
Louisville.
she does a great show. She's
Whoa.
fun. She is so
Yeah.
fun, man.
Louisville.
Louisville.
Okay, hang
There's
on.
no E and there's no ill. It's
I could
Louisville.
just imagine going down there, hanging out with her, and her dragging us friggin' everywhere.
She's great. I love her.
She's
I
that.
do.
She's that person for sure.
I love her.
She's a good lady.
And that's, something, when we were starting up this season, I put it as the 6th season because technically we started talking about doing the show back in 2018. But one of the things that I mentioned was just the people that we've met over the years that we've been doing this show, friends that we've made, things that we've done, places we've been. It's just been so much fun. And
Sure.
Booker Boggs is one of those people.
Didn't we add her on here or no?
You know what? I don't know
I think
if
you
she's
did.
on the credits or
I'm
not.
almost positive.
I
she's
think
on
you're
credits.
right. I think you're right.
Jen, if we didn't put you on, the credits, let us know if that's okay if we do. So, you've been part of the show for a long time. Thank you.
And very knowledgeable.
She's more knowledgeable than anybody here at the table.
Well,
Yeah, pretty much.
She's
Definitely.
busting our chops. I think you guys were here when she was here, but she's all like, calling us all kinds of names. You got to drink. Booker Boggs. Look it, George T. Stagg. I opened that bottle, girlfriend,
Oh, yes, he did.
because she gave me shit. You got to open those bottles. I'm like, geez, I got 2 wives. I got 2 ex-wives.
Probably more. Yeah. Probably more.
Oh my goodness.
Too funny.
All right, let's
So,
get into
anything
this.
else we want to talk about, chatter about before we get into this?
Let's get into it.
All right, Greg. Do you want to take the bottle to the camera and
Sure.
show everybody what we got going on tonight?
Sure do.
All right, so this is Ezra Brooks.
How's the
Cask strength. It looks good. Looks
Okay.
good. A little blurry, but I think it's because it's still trying to focus in on us. There you go. Perfect. So this is, it's not quite as high strength as the George T. Stagg we're pre-gaming with. This comes in at 120
Yeah, this is one
proof. So
138.7. So I'm just
a
shy of
little more. A little more.
a certain public service announcement.
Yeah.
Greg was dressed very appropriately before, and it was hot down here, so he had to get into his drinking clothes. There you go.
Hey, this is everyday Greg right here. This is
Right.
what you
You know,
see is
I
what
have
you
Raw and uncut.
That's right.
I know. When I showed up at the door, I thought, "Is there some event going on?" He's all dressed up.
Well,
Yeah, he had a long sleeve shirt on.
Because I was at the office. But anyway,
Oh, you had your work clothes on still.
yeah, if you call it clothes.
Oh,
Work
okay.
clothes, you got to get nice. People come in. People want to pay their bills. People want to do all that stuff.
Yeah, he's
That's
got
the
to get
dog.
his good, clean sweatpants on.
That's not 100% true.
95% true,
Well,
maybe.
it's wintertime. So, and you know what? During the holidays and like when the weather's bad, it's like, I don't know why, but the phone doesn't ring. But usually, like when the weather's nice, everything else, I mean, I can take up to 37, 38 calls in a day. It's a lot. It's a lot.
And those are just talking about a car
and,
warranty,
and,
aren't
and,
they?
and Karen knows this, no, and I'm not complaining, I'm just saying. So Karen knows this, but there's a lot of times that I will be on the phone with one person anywhere from 35 minutes to an hour and a half. And if you have 20 or 30 phone calls, think about that. It takes up a good part of your day. So, and you got to make sure you
I
write
don't know
all
if I
the
could
thing
hold
down.
my pee long enough to be
Yeah.
on a call that long.
Jiminy.
You know what I have a problem with? I swear to God. You know, I take Jimbo to work with me every day. Every day I take him to work. Unless I have clients coming in that want to sit down and review stuff, this and that. I could be in the middle of hell, and then he decides he's got to go to the bathroom. And he'll whine and cry and scratch the door, whine and cry. And you're like, can you hang on for a second? After like 10, like today, I'm in the middle fixing a problem, and he is scratching that door like, you got about 10 seconds or I'm going to
Got a
go right
turd
here.
poking out.
And I let him go. He butted the door. He's butting the door with his head. I open the door. He takes off. He's like, ah. And he's like pooping here, pooping over here, pooping over here. And then he runs right back because it's cold out. So he goes right back to his. And then the little SOB, you know, I have that really nice couch, you know, for if people want to sit on the couch, some of the elderly people. all that stuff. He's all sprawled out on there. Half his head's hanging off the couch. Oh my God! I send pictures to Karen. He's so freaking funny, man. That freaking dog. That's
He's something else.
my only son.
You're mini me.
Yep.
Greg, can you do me a favor? Can you get bottled water for Rob?
I got one.
Oh, you have one? Cheese, you got bottled water?
I got water.
Okay,
I
I just
got
wanted
water
to
over
make
here.
sure.
I got water here.
RJ is out there. He says, greetings, and you boys are looking particularly svelte tonight.
RJ, how come you're not
It's
here?
the black slimming.
Are you in town? Or are you still out? Are you still flying?
North.
Chisels.
That's something.
Yeah, RJ.
Flannel.
We haven't seen you guys in like forever, and over the holidays I
before
was
the
sick
holidays.
and
I know.
just crazy.
Yeah.
So
It is what it is.
I gotta-
RJ, you're missing a good bottle over here.
well, if he is in town, you might hear the door open.
Let me know. I have to go unlock. But anyway.
All right, so we
All right,
are
let's-
doing a whiskey show here.
Oh, we are. We are doing
right,
a whiskey show.
guys. So I didn't find a lot of information on Ezra Brooks, and I usually get my information straight from their website because I don't like to take stuff off Wikipedia because I just don't trust
No,
it.
I always stick to the distillery.
So what I wanted to look at was last week we did the Horse Soldier barrel strength. This week, Ezra Brooks cask strength. It got me thinking about what are all of these terms? Barrel proof, cask strength, batch proof, blah 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 blah. So what is the difference? And basically in my research, I found that there is no difference. They're all the same thing. The terms are not legally regulated in any way. It's basically referring to when the liquid comes out of the barrel and it needs to be bottled without any water. Correct. So that's it. It's just up to the
Or
distiller.
other barrels, right?
Well, say that again.
Okay.
What it is.
Normally it's a single barrel, isn't it? When it says
Correct.
cask strength
Yeah,
or
yeah,
barrel.
yeah.
I think typically it should be, but not always.
Not always, right.
Yeah. But what was I going to say? Shoot. I lost track of it. This happens all the time. Like, oh, look, a
Cask
squirrel.
versus barrel.
Yeah.
But the distillers. It's just a matter of what the distillery wants to use. Some of them choose to use barrel strength, cask strength, whatever. And then you've got places like Russell's Reserve at Wild Turkey. They don't use it at all, even though they do have their higher strength. They just
Correct.
put out their product, and it is what it is.
And this is the proof. Exactly right.
Yeah. So they do say, though, in the whiskey world, when you get into like the serious whiskey makers and that, they do get serious about what you call it. So I don't know, like, technically where they go, but you wouldn't want to say anything like, what was it? What's the term the guy said? I just started laughing. Cask proof. You wouldn't want to use that because they'd be like, that's not it, whatever. But that's what it is.
We Kurt brought out a cheese. Excuse me. Brought out a.
He does it all the time.
I know I do.
Cat's out of the bag.
Well, hey, when you've been with somebody for many years, you want to call them what their name is. But anyway, I have some other
You
names.
still call me.
I have
Never
a
mind.
few other names for them too. But anyway, we won't get into that. But we're talking about cask strength, and barrel proof, if you will, and you do find, you talk about scotches and different things like that, and rum and all that stuff. That's the difference of cask or barrel proof, so to say. They use most scotches, in my personal opinion. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. But at the end of the day, that's what a lot of scotches, they go with this cask or that cask.
I'm looking
or this
at Jameson right now.
Jameson
It says
cask, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So it's like you were right. In my personal opinion, you're exactly right. More European, more America. That's the difference in my
Cask
personal
versus
opinion.
barrel.
Right.
Well, you rarely hear barrel or cask associated with bourbons. You do, but it's far more regular to hear a barrel, and that's
True.
the barrel house, the rick house. You know, I mean, the barrels in the rick house. That's the term you hear when you're rolling through Tennessee and Kentucky, right?
Right. And that's what I found. So they said a cask is just another name for a barrel that you age the whiskey in. And the proof of the cask is the same thing as the strength.
Same thing as the
and
strength.
the words are interchangeable. So I thought that was interesting. But there are some other terms. Foolproof, you may hear that from time to time. Well, so let me back up a little bit. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. So when you make bourbon or whiskey, the white dog is put into barrels and its proof is measured. The proof before aging is called the entry proof. And then as the whiskey ages, the proof fluctuates depending on local temperatures, humidity, how long it was in the barrel, where it was in the rick house, and that kind of thing. Then they say to make it a full proof, the distiller will add water to the barrel until it reaches an entry proof of 115. So.
Okay.
Then we were talking about as well, you guys mentioned bonded, which is more regulated. We have talked about that too because of all of the crud they were putting in it.
That's
Back in the day.
And that's 100, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
100 proof.
100 proof. Yeah.
It is.
50% alcohol.
There you go.
There you go.
Look at you.
We're learning things.
Holy
We're
cow.
learning
My
things
dad
and
would be
drinking
proud of me.
things,
Berkshire
smoking
arithmetic.
things.
Oh my goodness.
That's too funny.
And so what else you got?
So basically there is no difference. Barrel proof, cask strength, it's all the same thing.
All comes down to the numbers.
All the same
There you go.
things. So, but talking about Ezra Brooks was started up in 1957 by Frank Silverman in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. And it was bottled by Hoffman Distilling Company until 1993. And then it's now owned by Lux Road Distillers. Mm-hmm. And that distillery has more than 18,000 square feet, 6 barrel warehouses at capacity.
Wow.
And a 43-foot custom copper still. And they use that not only for Ezra Brooks, but they use it for Rebel, David Nicholson, and Blood Oath.
Okay.
I didn't know Blood Oath was made there. And as far as this cask strength, there wasn't a lot of information. Like I said, the website did not have cask strength on there at all. It is 120 proof, and to me, I think it's probably going to be close to their old Ezra product, which comes in at 117 proof. But I don't know, because I've never had this before. But the bottle looks like it's about half full. So
We had to test it. We had to test the bottle, make sure it was okay.
somebody knows what it tastes like. We'll put it that way.
I had to get down below the neck before we started pouring.
Yeah.
Let
I
it
was going to say
breathe.
the midsection, but anyway,
Yeah,
we'll just
yeah.
leave it at that. But
Right around there.
Anything you guys want to add about? I mean, have you had this before, Greg? Obviously. I mean,
I might have had it, I don't know, 4, 5, 30 times.
all right. Have you cheese or?
I received one as a gift.
Okay.
And it might have been consumed at the Muni lot. So
Allegedly.
it wasn't as usually Muni lot drinking is not as much,
What do you do with the Muni
critical evaluation. It's a little more purpose driven.
Quantity over quality.
Yeah?
Yes.
Is that what do you do with the Muni lot? You take your dippity do?
We're not getting
And you know what? Now that you brought that up, I just want to say, it's sad that the Brown season has come to an end.
They
But
played- hey.
what a great year these guys
was, it
had!
was.
I am really
I'm
proud
not even a
of
Browns
them,
fan,
and
but they played good ball.
I'm a Joe Flacco fan. Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew? Great season
And up
this
north
year.
still got a dog in the fight.
He does. I was so happy you guys won. That was great. Green Bay up north,
Up north.
Get to watch some more football.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Absolutely.
When's the next
Well, now you
playoff?
got
What's the
someone
next-
Tomorrow.
Oh, is it tomorrow? What time?
8:15 here.
Well, no, 4:20 or 15 or whatever. I think Saturday is Baltimore and the Texans. Ravens
Baltimore and the Texans. Yeah, this is the first time I'm going to be
Ravens and
rooting for the
Texans.
Ravens. Who are the Packers playing?
Niners.
Niners.
Oh, Niners. So it's going to be tough because I'm a Baker Mayfield fan. So I am rooting for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think he was done dirty by the Browns. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it there.
Well,
And then...
I always say that the Browns are the training for the pros. I say that all the time.
All Cleveland teams are.
I say win or lose, we still booze.
We are a drinking town with a football problem.
Amen.
That's right.
Amen.
All right, guys.
Let's
Do we
try this
want to
stuff.
pass out the Ezra Brooks?
Sure.
Again, 120 proof. Looking at the color, I will say it is similar to the George T. Stagg that we had. It's very dark
It is dark.
in color. Again, go probably to the
Doesn't have the legs, Steve.
proof.
Not
It doesn't have the legs.
It has legs, but not like the.
Not like the
George
Stag.
T. Stag, right?
It smells awesome.
It's light.
Absolutely awesome.
It's light. Real light.
You know, it's going to be funny for me to try this after the Stag because usually 120
Almost has
proof
a
is
little
high
rye
for me.
smell, doesn't it? It smells a
what
little
I
earthy
just-
like a rye,
It
doesn't
does.
it?
It does. It does. It really does. That dog is making me crazy.
She
You know,
wants
I
to
know
be
what
on the
she's doing.
show.
I know what she's doing. Jimbo's trying to sleep in his recliner, and she don't want to have nothing.
She's like going, hey,
It's just exactly.
hey. Nudgnik. Yes, she is.
Channeling her inner Georgia.
She is.
That dog.
This is, it's got a sweet nose to it, to me.
Yeah.
It really does. The nose is fruit.
You're getting fruit on there?
It really is. It's getting. There's fruit in there. You know, you talk about caramel, you talk about vanilla, oak. You know, those are standard products, so to say, in the barrel. But I like the nose.
I do too.
I like the
I
nose.
really enjoy it. What do you guys think?
It's citrus. I'm gonna say like orange. I'm sorry. Were you talking to me or no? Oh, I'm sorry.
You can start. It's okay.
No, I was just saying I get a little bit of orange out of it. You get your vanilla, you get that hint of caramel, and a touch of cinnamon on the nose.
Okay. What do you think, Up North?
Vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
Do have that earthy rye flavor and kind of sweet fruit, but not too sweet. Kind of a medium type earthy sweet fruit.
I won't say
Yeah.
like green apple or
No, not like
any of
that, but kind of like a dried fruit. So kind of the sting of the high sweets taken off it.
Gotcha.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eh?
Hey,
It smells pretty standard to me, like caramel, vanilla, oaky, a little earthy, but I don't get I get a little, the sweetness. I'm not sure if I identify fruit with the sweetness though,
Okay.
but it's pleasant.
so maybe some kind of icing or something like that
Sweet
or
like that.
yeah, okay. All right.
Okay. Well, you ready for me to see what
Yeah,
I pulled
let's
off?
see what we got.
So again, this was not on the Ezra Brooks website, so I pulled this from the Malt Review, and their
Which
thoughts.
is considered an opinion. Go ahead.
It is, but I just wanted to give them their props.
Sure.
So the nose, they said hot buttered chestnuts, if that's a thing. I don't know what hot buttered chestnuts would smell like, but floral notes, sweetness of confectioner's sugar with
Okay,
a
okay,
chalky
okay.
minerality.
That's maybe the earthy
Yeah,
that we're
earthiness.
saying.
Yeah.
Also noted are brandied cherries, kind of like the hot fudge sundae topping type.
Didn't get any of that.
No, is that's not the fruitiness you think?
Cordial type. Yeah.
Then they also note a marriage of metallic and citric elements, accented by ground cinnamon.
So we're pretty close.
I'm not sure I even know what all that tastes like.
What's that?
Well, what?
The metallic and the
Oh, the
you know,
metallic.
and the smell. You know,
I understand like the metallic taste, but
yeah, not the.
I
nose.
don't get that. Now he did say, and I'm assuming Malt Review said that they get hints of Heaven Hill out of this on the nose.
Okay.
I don't know if you think.
That's a good drink.
It is a great drink.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yum on.
Heaven Hill.
I mean, that's kind of, I was like, I've smelled things like this before is kind of where I was. It didn't have a real different defining attribute. It was just kind of what you expect from a nice bourbon is where I was. Because nothing really jumped out. Seems balanced. For as high a proof it is, it's not as ethanol-y as
no,
that.
you get a little ethanol on the nose, but it's nowhere near.
$1.17, it's going to be there, right?
Yeah,
$1.20.
$1.20.
Yeah.
All right.
And again, I'm just curious if trying the George Stagg before is kind of
It definitely
impacting.
desensitizes you.
Yeah, because I mean, it's 18 proof difference between the two. So, I don't know. It's interesting.
I get kind of a young wildflower. Like if you were standing in an early bloom wildflower field,
Okay.
kind of that.
It's been a while since I've done that. But that would be the floral, so I guess
It's
it's
not a sweet
Oh,
floral. It's
my
not like a
goodness.
flower shop.
Is
It's
there a
light.
pickup truck involved?
I don't know.
John Denver played.
Why am I here?
You guys don't plant wildflowers on the side of your hill to keep the sand from blowing?
Listen, we have deer. They eat everything.
Yeah, dear, everything.
They shoot a ball all the deer in
You-
Wisconsin.
every year I spend, I don't know, $500, $1,000 just putting in different flowers, if you will, and all these different things. And once they bloom, if the kids don't get them
Or the dogs don't pee
or the
on
dogs don't piss on them, it's gone.
We were hoping for flowers over there, but it's not happening.
Yeah, well, we'll figure it out.
All
Anyway.
right, so we're
All right.
ready to taste this?
Let's do it, kids.
All right.
All right.
Very smooth.
It's really nice.
Texture would be buttery, silky.
Butter
to
for
me.
sure. Absolutely.
It's not complex to me. I'm not pulling a lot out of it, but it's good.
And you get a little heat builds after there. Eh?
Yeah, it definitely burns more than it's a more of a burn than you would assume from the smell.
Yes. And not like a burning alcohol burn, kind of a spicy burn. It has the alcohol, but not a strong ethanol. Or no. You look deep in thought there.
Anybody watching? I'm curious if you guys have tried this and what you think. And hey, Sidecar, we miss you.
Sidecar.
Ralph Ferroni,
Ralphie, thank you.
the
Ralphie.
Youngstown, New York treat.
I'm sorry,
Ralph Ferroni, the Youngstown, New York treat.
Ralph.
Don't forget to pick up this other bottle for me.
Oh my. But yeah, going back to this, I can't figure out what I'm pulling out of it.
I disagree with Rob. I feel I had the Stag, and I had a nice meal provided by Greg, and the Stag did not sit in my stomach and burn. This is burning a little bit in my stomach right now.
Really?
See, I don't get the stuff. I get it just side of the tongue and in the throat. It's just it's like like you got a hot butter melting on your taters and it's just a little hot.
Whoa! Where are you going with this?
Hot butter where?
It's just like you got a little extra heat. Like it's a little
family
too hot.
show.
You got to let it cool off a minute.
No, you do. I agree. I don't want to say baking spice, but it's got spice to it. There's something there. I just can't pull it out.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time with that.
It's good. It is very good. I like it. Man.
Yeah, I slid a buttery, maybe a dash of nutmeg. Just a little, like a dull spice.
It's definitely buttery, for sure. I almost want to say dough or bread. That's what I got.
I can see that now that I just, yep. I can definitely see that.
It's good. I like it. For the proof, it's good. Everybody, some of the different, like Cleveland Bourbon Co-op, who we are with as well. With Cleveland League, same thing. Some of that stuff. Hang on a second. I'm just trying to put it together.
You okay?
Yeah. I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm just trying to. I'm thinking. I'm just. I just sipped it again, and I'm just trying to. I'm trying to talk.
Put your finger on it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
it's kind of so.
Yeah. Well, my notes aren't going to really give you much of.
I'm not getting any ethanol. I'm not getting any cough drop, if you will. Man, there's a sweetness in there. I just can't pull it out. Damn it. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just looking.
That dog. I'm gonna go shoot it.
Bourbon Bob said, add a drop of water and see if that.
I just did.
Okay, what do you think?
It calms the. I feel it's kind of hot.
Okay.
Calms that down. It gave me a little more of a. It has more of a. Blended Scotch kind of flavor with the earthiness, but it's still sweet. So that's, I don't know. I'm gonna say it's kind of really. It's, except for the ethanol, it's pretty tame on flavor. It has a lot of flavor, but
there's a lot of
there's no
sweet
real definitive flavor that you get.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a what you see is what you get. I mean, it's not real unique in its flavor.
Yep.
I feel.
I agree with that.
With the water, I get a little pear.
Pear? That could be.
Interesting.
I get a little honey to them. A little bit, some raw honey.
Bourbon Bob is asking, are you getting walnuts or anything out of
Whoa, where are you going there, Bob?
that? Who's Wally and why are his nuts on your mind? Sorry. No, are you getting walnuts at all?
I
Any
am
walnut
not.
flavor?
No,
No?
not at all.
Steve Gallowon's already scored it. He said, based on your verbal descriptions, he's giving it a 3.75.
Sarge, me and you
love
are very close in points. Go ahead.
I
didn't say points,
love
but
it.
anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so do you want me to provide?
Yeah,
them?
go ahead.
Okay.
I was trying to just figure out. Sorry for the delay. I just was trying to.
No, you're fine.
But anyway, go
It's
ahead.
hard to put your finger on.
It
Sure.
is. It is really.
One of the harder ones I've tried from sitting in the audience. I was like, it's really hard to pick up flavors on this.
pinpoint
It
it.
is.
I
It
agree.
is.
But it's balanced. It's not
It is.
off. It's not bad. It's just there. A lot of flavor, but
It is a lot of flavor. It is a flavor
Yeah.
bomb. It really is. It really is. I mean, I've sipped it at least 4 or 5 times, and it's very pleasurable for the proof. I like it.
Yeah.
I really do.
It's not. We've had many that you would call complex with a lot of flavors and elements. This is not complex,
No.
but it's just there.
Yeah.
and not lacking flavor. It's not.
No.
It's not a Jim Beam bourbon that
No.
kind of is smooth and
No.
kind of nondescript. But it's hard to describe what flavors you're tasting because they're all kind of balanced together, and it's hard to pick them out.
Sure.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I would agree with
The
that
nose,
as well.
the nose was more complex than the drink.
And I'll say, it's kind of an oddity for something with heat. I prefer it without the water.
Do you?
Yeah.
I
I do
liked it
too.
with.
See, maybe
But I'm
maybe my
not-
water
Water
to
in yours?
ratio
What's
is
that?
Do you
different
have water
than
in
yours.
yours?
I do.
Can I
I
try
do.
it?
Sure.
Do you mind? I'm just
No,
I'm just curious
try it.
because mine's gone and
That's
I
all right.
didn't put water.
No worries. No worries.
I don't like it with the water. I do not like it
do.
with the water.
Maybe it's this side of the table.
I'm with you, Rob. I like the raw without the water.
I don't like it with the water.
All right.
Okay, so
go.
what I found, again, this is coming from the malt review, the palate nuttiness, buttery oakiness.
I'll say oakiness. You're right. I mean, you do get oakiness with just about anything. Sometimes the oak is a little bit more subtle than others oaks, if you will, dryness and this and that. But okay, what else? Go ahead.
just they say again that Heaven Hill note continues through the palate, but it's mixed with the mineral note, so that comes up again. I will say that each one of these comes from a different barrel that were bottled at different times.
Sure.
So, as we have found out through different bottles, different times, everything is, this barrel pick or that barrel and this barrel may be totally different. Depends on where it's at in the rick house and all those kind of things. So, I don't know, Greg, if you could. Can you grab that bottle real quick? Because
Sure.
I want to say they did their tasting notes from a barrel from November of 2016. And this
Wow.
is from May of 2016. So,
Mature.
different barrels. So they could be picking up something a little bit different than we're getting out of this one. But the finish... They said prickly cinnamon gum, like a big red gum, and it lingers like kind of on your lips and in your.
That's where your
on your
sweetness
tongue.
is. That's why I said
But I think
there's a
that's-
sweetness there, but I couldn't
That's
figure
a
out what
little.
it was.
That might be a little of the burn too. But I'm thinking it's
Sure.
ethanol, but maybe it's a real cinnamon note that kind of because you put Big Red in and you feel it burn for a couple of chews, right?
For a while, yeah.
I agree. That's your sweetness too. That it might be hot, but there's that sweetness and there's sugar, this and that. So
Well, and I go back to the notes where he said he picks up the confectioner's sugar
confection
too.
sure.
So mix.
Powdered sugar.
Which is more of a duller.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like to try this.
I do.
Without a George T. Stagg.
Precursor.
Well, that
yes,
cleans the palate
thank you.
pretty good with other stuff. So
Yeah, I
feel
would.
like-
I would like to. Well, I know I'm never going to see that bottle again. Anyways, it's all good. But I would like to try it, like starting off, because I almost, and I'm not saying anything
No, go
wrong,
ahead, go
but
ahead.
I think the fact that I started off with the George T. Stagg 138 proof. I
We all
think
did.
I just that changed my palate a little bit. So I would like to try this clean without anything
Okay.
that I've tried
Yeah, I
and
get
see if I get a different
All right.
take on it.
right.
So
I think this drink's hotter than the George T. Stagg.
Do you?
So if it's not the alcohol, it's probably the cinnamon. Is what I'm starting.
As I always say with George T. Stagg, and have had those many times, they don't drink their proof. I mean, they're that good.
No. Bob had a comment on, I think, description good. Sweet, earthy.
Okay.
So it's not that
Okay.
earthy, but it's not the dull, earthy.
Sure.
It's a little sweeter, and it's not super sweet. It's kind of in the middle, and that's a good description. It's kind of a sweet, earthy.
But putting butter over it, it does have a kind of
It
it
does
has
have
a
a butteriness.
smoothness, buttery
It does.
flavor
It
that
does.
is unique. And maybe I'm, maybe that's part of the nuttiness too that people get. I don't know. Is it appropriate to associate butter and nutty together? Maybe
whatever
that's
you
what it is.
whatever you grab out of there, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's why we need Bob here.
Yeah.
All right. What else? What do you got, Karen?
Hold on. I'm just I had to put in Sergeant Steve's score, of course, based on our verbal description of what we gave.
That's my man right there.
Let's see. I'm looking. Oh, Bourbon Bob says that you're gonna have the duty of putting the shot into our infinity bottle this evening.
I can do that.
He has bequeathed his job to you.
Thank you, Bourbon Bob. I will not disappoint you.
We'll see. No spilling.
No spilling.
So we did say happy birthday to Bob, right?
We did.
His birthday's this
We
week.
did.
Coming up. So.
And
And Bob, we won't be doing a show
next week.
next week because we have a obligation for a very good friend of ours for his surprise birthday party. So, and they're doing it on Friday. So that's going to close us out for the month of January.
Call us.
And we'll call you after the show. Anyway, go ahead.
RJ, you asked where he is. Is he in town? Blah 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 blah. So listen to this itinerary that he has. He has been in Brussels, London, Stuttgart, the home of the Porsche.
He sent me many pictures. Thank
And
you very
Zurich
much.
this week.
Zurich, exactly.
So he will be home tomorrow, he says.
I don't know if RJ, were you touring the what call it, the looking through Porsche? Were you through Porsche building for the cars and all that stuff? That's what I wanted to know.
Who? What? Huh?
So he's in Stuttgart.
Yes.
Okay.
Porsche.
So Porsche. Okay. He was sending me pictures. So was he in the museum? That's the name I was looking for.
Gotcha.
Were you in the museum? Is what I want to know. I have to put that car somewhere, and I'm hoping it goes to them. But anyway, let it go.
Steve Galwan called me the professor of bourbon.
Nice.
Thank you. That's awesome and very unexpected. He says he learns something every time he watches. Well, and that's what we hope, that we're giving a little bit of education. Not only are we a bunch of goofballs that like to have fun, but we try to share things that we learn with you as well. So thank you, Steve.
All right.
Bob said that he just finished his David Nickerson bottle. So I never even heard of David Nickerson. They're a Lux Row product that I mentioned with the Ezra Brooks.
Is that available in the States?
Come on, Bob. Can you get it? Can you? I don't. You made a mention about no neck pores. Something about you gotta have that.
Did Jen respond or no?
I don't see her on here.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Where'd the cheese nickname come from? He loves cheese. Loves cheese.
Who's that? Who's asking that question?
Sergeant Steve. Sergeant Steve asked that.
That's
I'm sorry. I should have let you answer.
Go ahead.
Do you have a different answer?
Go ahead. We have an answer.
It's kind of in the blood.
Kind of in the blood.
And licensed cheese grater. So. And I've been accused of smelling funny before. So
yeah,
in football,
I
my name was
the floor.
Cheese too. Come on, Cheese, hit that block and done.
There you
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's roll.
That's funny.
Sidecar?
Sergeant Steve said RJ needs to visit Bowling Green, Kentucky next for Corvettes.
Oh, Corvettes. He's a huge
America's
Corvette
true
guy.
sports car.
Oh.
The most American-made car today.
The only so I say this. I do. The two most respected cars on the road today. We're talking about big dollar sports cars. Is the Corvette and the Porsche. They are on their game. Corvette is on their game right now. So good deal.
And Bob
Do you
said
get a free pair of jorts with those when you buy one? A Corvette?
What?
And a pair of white New Balance.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I go to enough car shows.
They do have a Tampex glove box just in case. But anyway.
Is that where you keep yours?
And then listen, I don't have that.
Boom.
I don't have that problem with Porsche. But anyway,
Oh, I'm just kidding you.
that's all right.
I'm just kidding you. Bob said that he got his bottle from Philly,
Okay. Out of state. Okay.
the Dickerson we were talking about. Yeah. Okay, Bob said, did we score yet? Tick tock.
No,
tick,
we're
tock,
going. We're going right
tick,
now.
tock.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
trying
it's
to
time.
keep us on track. It is almost 20 after. Thank you.
Come on.
So, okay, who wants to start with the scores tonight?
I'll go.
Go. What do you got?
I'm going with Sarge's.
3.75
That's what I'm
is
doing.
what Sarge
Yep.
had. That's what
That's
you're
I'm
going
doing.
with.
Yep.
Okay. All right, we'll go around the table. I'm really hemming and hawing. My first thought was a 3.5, but that seemed kind of low to me. But I'm gonna stick with it, and I'm gonna stick with it only because it's not complex. I'm not able to pull anything out of it. I do want to try it without doing a George T. Stagg first to see if that changes my opinion.
I'm going to try George C. Stagg in the car glass just to see,
Ruh-roh.
I just want to make sure.
I think I'm going to stick with the 3.5. It's good. It is good, but I can't find anything in it. Rob.
I had my score figured before we even talked scores, and I was going to say exactly what you said, because good solid pour, lack of complexity puts me at a 3.6.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Very respectful.
And I am, as I've said before, not a high ethanol guy.
Mm-hmm.
And even, like I said, the George She Stag was higher. But the burn that this gave me, whether it was the cinnamon, I didn't like it as much. So I'm a 3.4. And like I had to drink a little soda water because I was feeling my stomach not liking it. So
Gotcha.
Okay.
if you like
And
if you like high
you said,
flavor with a little burn, this
Like-
is a nice drink, and you would score it much higher. I typically don't like that, so I usually knock off. And rarely do I knock off for any other flavor, unless it's just like off the charts, like overpowering on a certain flavor. But this is the type of drink that isn't in my wheelhouse. Don't enjoy it as much, but I know that a lot of people like that. So
And
That's where I
as you
went.
said,
3-4.
just like you said, you ate, you had dinner and you came, and that can change everything. I get it. All right.
still a
Definitely.
quality drink.
I agree.
But it's a flavor bomb.
and the-
Even though it's not complex, it's a flavor bomb. There's a lot going on there as far as it's a hit.
So, Steve, you said average all scores and give one exact score. We do that on the website. So you haven't been on our website, or you would know that. So I will do that. I will average the scores, and I will throw them out there. But just looking at what we rated 375, 375, 350, 360, 3.4. I'm going to say it's right there in the 3.5, 3.6 range. I didn't include your score, Steve, because you didn't really taste it, so it doesn't count.
Oh,
What?
So I think overall it's like a 3. I'll go 3.6 because Greg, you were really high, and Rob and I kind of cancel each other out. So
I like it. That's why there's only half the bottle there.
yeah. I mean, it is very good, and I know we always try to say if it's a 4, it's something you must have on your bar.
But
Not to say you shouldn't buy it. I think it is good.
If you pick it up, it's a good bottle.
So it's interesting. This bottle that I'm having right now is like higher proof than, or it's higher proof than the barrel strength Ezra, but this drink's far smoother. So it's not an ethanol thing. It's got this cinnamony burn that is not. I think if there is a defining flavor in this, it's that cinnamony burn for me, because this drink's way smoother than that.
And that is.
This is cabin strength that we got from someone bought from Woodman's up north there, and it's a barrel strength distiller's proof, and it's like 318, 319. I mean 119 proof.
Cabin strength. So is that the same thing as
Oh, I
like
know.
we were talking
It
about
says
terms earlier?
Cabin strength. It's one of those up north terms. When you're wearing your flannels and you gotta take them off quick and hop in bed quick.
That keeps you warm by the fire when it's 20 below.
He
There.
probably has those onesies where you bring
Oh, he's
drop
got
it.
the
Yeah, you
little.
remember?
Oh, what do
Yeah,
they
yeah,
call
yeah.
that?
Button.
Yeah, button
Oh,
pants.
they call that something.
Button pants.
Not the hatch, but oh god, it's something. There's a name you call that.
That's easy access there.
Whoa!
I didn't know you were in jail.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm just kidding.
I don't care what the weather is.
I don't wear
I'm going
them.
to keep you warm, girl. That's right.
Well, when it's that cold, you don't take the flannel off.
You're stupid.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
All right, come on, let's move on, kids.
All right. I think that puts an end to it. Wait, Bourbon Bob said put an ounce of the Stag in the Infinity. It's not
I don't think that's gonna
truly
happen.
calling it a Whiskey Roundtable Infinity bottle, though. So maybe that goes into a different Infinity
Wait.
bottle.
He wants to put a shot of that in there?
He's a butt flap. He's calling
Oh.
that. He's calling that a butt flap. He said put an ounce of the Stag in the Infinity too, but
Okay.
you know what? It
No,
doesn't.
let's do it. No?
Okay,
No?
it's
Well,
two
That's too good.
against
That's
one.
too good to intermingle with.
Yeah, we
mere-
might have
mere
to
mortal
discuss. We'll
beverages.
discuss
Alright.
that over drinks later.
Alright.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's 2 against 1, but
Good.
I think for it to be a truly 2024 whiskey roundtable infinity bottle, it ain't right to put the George Stagg in there unless we're going to feature it on the show later this year.
I do have the
So-
2022. These are the 2024.
Oh, I'm just talking about the bottles we're
20,
doing.
wait, 21. I forget. Anyway.
I'm just
never
talking our season of
mind. Gotcha.
2024.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that's it. Unless any,
Sidecar on?
no,
He's out already.
he was
Okay.
in and out. You know,
Yeah. Good.
he only lasts for a second.
Just like a
Rebecca
sex life.
Harmon is on. I just saw her. She's just laughing at all of this discussion. What? Y'all talking 20 ounces of Booker's? I don't know what you're talking about, Sergeant.
20 ounces of Booker's is 20 ounces of Booker's is 20 ounces of Booker's.
Oh, Rebecca, you must be a Bourbon Bob friend. So
Yes.
Thank you so much for listening. We're sorry he couldn't be here tonight, but the weather has kept him away.
Yeah. It's the weather's bad over here right now. So.
But he does have a birthday coming up, Rebecca. If you missed that earlier, January 24th.
We're gonna celebrate his birthday
Yeah,
today.
we're going to eat his birthday cake after the show.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll take pictures and tell him what he missed. So.
All right.
All right, let's go, kids.
All right, Greg. You got anything to close us out tonight?
All right, I don't. I just want to move on. We went past our time, and that's okay.
Yeah, just
But
wanted
at the
to
end of
thank
the day,
our
thank you very
guests.
much. Okay, you closing us out, or am I closing us out?
I didn't want you to forget that.
I wasn't. I was getting there.
Okay,
So
that's on
anyway,
you.
Thank you for our guests on the show here, Rob and Cheese, if you will, or up north, if you will. Thank you for filling in today. That's all right. Thank you for filling in for us today. Appreciate you. And until next week, be safe. Enjoy your weekend. Till then, we're your hosts, Big G.
Go Packers. Karen.
Up north.
Cheese. All right, kids. We'll catch you in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Bye-bye.